What's your favorite memory with Julia?
I think my favorite memory with Julia is doing drive practice at Lake Orion last year because it was so fun to work with her and the rest of drive team before the season started and start getting the robot ready. And also the drives there and back were really fun.
What did you learn from that experience?
Julia taught me a lot over the past 2 years, but the biggest thing that I learned while we were there is teamwork. And honestly, that just sparked my love for drive coaching and strategy too.
One moment with Julia that you will never forget.
Moments with Julia that I'll never forget is during competitions when we have a longer turnaround, me and her will go around the venue exploring and just talking. Tell us about Julia.
So Julia's been in a few of my classes here at Rochester, and she is obviously, I'm sure you know, really smart, very well-rounded, and she knows really quirky information from like movies and books and stuff that I've never heard of, but I love talking to her about it. She is definitely excels in the STEM field, and I expect her to do something really, great in that area in her future. And she also is an artist and can draw these characters from these books. If you've never seen it, you got to ask her. So great personality, great student, great, all around gal. I will miss her, and I'm glad I got to have her in class.
What's your opinion on Jaime?
I think that Jaime is an amazing team player. It's been great working with him on just the 1 year that he's been here. I love teaching him anything about machining or mechanical that I can, and it's great being on the field with him. He's such an amazing human player.
Could you talk more about him being on the field?
He just brings an amazing energy to the field, and he's an amazing human player. Like, nobody could feed a robot like he could. And it was so fun just getting to be out there with him and spending that extra time with him at comp.
What's your favorite qualities about Jaime?
My favorite qualities about Jaime are that he's really funny, he's a great team player on Drive Team, and he is awesome comedic relief when we're all stressed about a match.
One of my favorite memories with Jaime was actually just a few weeks ago at Worlds. So beforehand, I didn't really get a good chance to get to know him that well, and I wish I did. But at Worlds, it was the last match of the whole event, and we were all exchanging like a special moment with all the seniors. And that was like when I saw Jaime as who he was. He's such a kind and thoughtful person, and just seeing him in that moment made me realize how much I missed out. He's such an awesome person, and I'm really glad that I was on the team with him this year, like with all the other seniors as well. But yeah, Jaime's a really cool person, and I'm really glad. Another thing about Jaime, despite the fact that he was in such a stressful role this year on Drive Team, he was always doing what he could just to make it the most, the best experience possible for himself and also others. I remember at one of the competitions, as they were getting ready for the match, he was just dancing at the human player position, getting ready for the match. And that was just something really heartwarming to see, despite everything that was going on, not even just how our robot was doing, but also just the competition itself. He was still keeping all those tired thoughts out of the way and still having a blast. And that was something that I think fueled also the team morale as well. And just seeing that made me really smile. And thank you, Jaime.
What's your favorite qualities about Timothy?
He's a good leader, especially when asked to drop what he had been doing with the team for 3 years and lead a completely different aspect of the team. He took it on headstrong, and there's no better group I could ask being part of. PNC is just so fun, and I really wouldn't be able to have that without Timothy and doing so much for this team.
How does Tim make the team thrive?
He does so well with scouting, and I'd really like to thank him for that. And not only that, but the entirety of the Can Drive, which is able to get us $6,000+ of fundraising. And in PNC, anything that someone else doesn't want to do, he'll take it and he'll just do it perfectly. and he's so passionate and caring about this team. It really, we have so much to thank for all that he does for this team.
What's your favorite qualities about Timothy?
Timothy is an absolutely amazing leader. When I came into robotics, I didn't necessarily know where I was going to fit in or anything, and all of the co-captains looked really scary. But no, Timothy was right there, smiling.
What's your favorite memory with Timothy?
Oh.
What's your favorite memory with Timothy?
So my favorite memory with Timothy was after I think we went to Fanic and we came back to my house to drop me off. All of PNC was in the car and they found the Killer Bees box in my garage, and then they all started interrogating me and calling me after I had already gone into my house and made me come back out so they could take a photo of me with the box. And then me getting sick and them telling me to wear yellow to Wednesday.
So where'd you meet Andrew?
Andrew was probably one of the first people I've ever met in this high school. I met him during band camp before school started, and as the season grew longer, I only got closer to him. Joining robotics with him was a really nice touch to our friendship.
What's Andrew's best quality?
I'd say some of his best qualities include his easygoing and his really nice way of making friends and his adaptability, alongside his ability and willingness to teach others. The way he makes everyone feel included and laugh and also teaches you at the same time. He's always open to learn and teach to everyone, new students or older ones. It's really a nice thing to have in a team.
If I were to describe Andrew in one sentence, it would probably be that he's a fun, happy guy to be around, and he really brings the mood up. If I had the chance, I would love to meet him again and work with him.
My first impression of Andrew was sort of just that he was, a silly guy that was always cracking jokes and making everybody laugh. And that's for sure, something that's true. Andrew's definitely super funny. But I think another thing that I sort of realized as I started to spend more time with him is how thoughtful he is. Andrew's really just a really thoughtful person with everyone he's around, and I think that's a really valuable quality about him, and it's something that I really appreciate about him. One thing that really stands out to me about Andrew is always how helpful he is. From being an electrical lead to being on pit crew, Andrew's always just kind of everywhere helping out with whatever needs to be done. I mean, at this point he can basically just look at the robot and he knows exactly what to do to fix whatever problem's happening. I think that's a really important quality about him, and it's definitely something that we're gonna miss about having Andrew on the team.
What is one quality that you love of Abram?
My freshman year, when we were all learning how to use the machines in the machine shop, Abram really showed me how to use a lot of the stuff that I really wasn't comfortable around, stuff I really hadn't seen practically ever. And he just really creates a really welcoming and a really fun environment, right? And he's like not afraid to teach you things you might need to know in a really nice way.
What's your favorite moment with Abram?
This year, in the pits, when everyone gets really stressed and everyone's at each other's throats, right? We're all trying to figure out how to fix this robot. Abram and me were the same amount of tool chest. We'd hand people what they need, and or him especially, just was a great voice of reason and a great calming factor in there. And I think he just comes back to his personality. And honestly, every moment with Abram is like that. He's just a really fun guy to be around.
Kevin, you are the funniest person I've ever met. And I don't mean that in a silly way. I mean that in you bring joy to all the people around you through your jokes and through whatever else you do because you're Kevin. If there's one thing I've learned from you, it's that any team can use a little bit of laughter. because without that, there is no team. Thank you.
Some of the qualities that I admire most about Kevin is his dedication overall to the team. From being our team's Hall of Fame Fed, going to Worlds all 4 years, or even just the fact that he is able to use his voice to empower other students on the team, especially at like competitions. He's always cheering on the team and inspiring all the different chants that we do. He's such an awesome person, and I'm so glad that I was able to spend time with him on the team over the past 2 years. Something that Kevin is really good at is projecting his voice. At competitions, he's always the one who shouts out the chants first, and we all follow in his footsteps. And for me as a presenter, one of the things that I'm always trying to work on the most is projecting myself in my voice. And that is something that Kevin is really good at, and something that I really admire about him.
Sukesh left the impression of a very hardworking person with a lot of experience, while, he was very entertaining at the same time. I'll always see him as someone with a very interesting personality, and I saw the motivation for him to work towards, greatness. Overall, he was a really cool guy, and I'm definitely gonna miss him. The funniest moment I've shared with Sukesh. So, on Feds Day, there was this one moment that I'm not going to forget, okay? It was me, Sukesh, Jaime, and it was Nisha, and it was this one game where you had to read a piece of paper, like something like this, okay? And it had like words or a word on it, and the person had to pick out a piece of paper and had to act out while the others had to guess what the word was. So Jaime picked a piece of paper with the words special projects, and he just completely lost it. We were trying so hard just like guessing the word, we were just guessing so hard what the word was, and Jaime's acting was just unique to say the least. Then the time to guess the word was over, we took the paper and we just read it, and we all just started laughing. It was funny. Yeah, it was a good time overall. And I'm not just saying that specific moment was like the only funny moment with Sukesh. There was many more, funny moments, especially during Feds Day. We had a very good time, and overall just working with Sukesh was very fun overall, and many other moments I will cherish, and I hope to never lose.
Ever since I joined the Feds, Sukesh has been one of the seniors I've always looked up to. Being part of the CAD team myself, when I had questions, he didn't always answer them in the way I would expect. Instead, he would see if I could actually figure it out on my own with minimal guidance, and that really gave me a new perspective on learning. And despite all the work I've seen him do on the team, I've never actually seen him be stressed out in any sort of way. He's always just super chill, and I feel like I can talk to him about anything. Although I've only worked with him for a year now, it has been a really enjoyable one at that. I can say that without Sukesh, our team simply would not be the same. Thank you, Sukesh.
What is one moment with Audit that you'll never forget?
I think one moment with Audit that I'm never going to forget is when I had the opportunity of working alongside him in pit crew, and I feel that that gave me a lot of exposure, and I really appreciate all the trust he placed in me with the robot this season.
How would you describe Audit?
If I were to describe Audit, I would say that he's a very passionate and determined individual. Whenever we're in the shop, he always has this drive and motivation to go forward, learn more, and kind of step out of his comfort zone. And I've learned a lot from him this season. Personally, I would say he's been one of my biggest role models on this team, and I hope he does great things in college.
What do others usually say about Audit?
Others usually say that he's a compassionate person and that he cares about what he's doing whenever he's doing it.
If you had to thank Adit for something, what would it be?
I would like to thank him for giving me the opportunity to be in pits as a freshman, which by itself is a pretty cool experience. And he also is a very helpful mentor in mechanical.